These are the instructions for Gnando the Magnificent's hat. A hat so magical that it forces it into bends, but we don't need to let that bend us out of shape. I'm Sarah Shearer of Imagine Landscapes, and let's talk about this bend. It's a very simple technique, and you've actually got two options for working it. As written in the pattern, we would knit the stitches and then get to the stitches in line with this rightmost purl bump that we worked a few rows below. You can just take your rightmost needle tip and scoop into that purl bump, lift it up and place it on your left needle, and then work the stitch we lifted and the stitch that was on our left needle tip as a knit two together. And that will anchor them. Once you've done this, it gets a little harder to see the upcoming bumps, but if you just sort of spread it out and grab, there are both like upper and lower bumps. There will be 4 upper bumps that you can see here. Now there's only 3, so you can grab either one. I'm grabbing the upper bumps, but it doesn't really matter as long as you get the hat bent out of shape, as it were. So then you would lift the next one, place it on the left needle tip, and then knit these two together. If that's seeming a little tricky, you of course have another alternative. Instead of picking these up one by one and lifting them onto the left working needle, we can actually put them all on a spare needle, even a little, like if you have a yarn needle, that will work. So I'm just going to go across and I'm going to pick up all 4 bumps from top to bottom. Again, there's no real wrong way to lift these up to get them on your needles, or if you choose slightly different stitches, it doesn't really matter. The key reason I did these was so that it was really easy for you to tell which 2 rows we were working together, and not because it's absolutely imperative that these stitches be in any particular like state in order to work them or make the gnome look fabulous. But now that we have these stitches on our spare needle, we can lift them up. And if you've ever worked a welt before, you will know that if we fold these 2 pieces of fabric up next to each other, we can just knit 2 together across our fabric here. So I will go through the first stitch on the front needle, and the first stitch on the back needle, knit those 2 together, and they are now locked in place and working together. So if the other method was a little tricky for you, this is just a quick alternative, and it's pretty straightforward. Either way, as long as you get a bend in your hat, your Gnando will be magnificent. After the bend, it doesn't look like much, but it will be there and it will be working for us when we complete our hat.